don't like anybody that is not, we talk about camps and cliques and whatever you want to say, but the group is, the fact is, guys, that we all have some kind of a group, and I don't care if a guy does love the Lord, I don't care what he does, I don't care if he has a ministry that glorifies God, if he is not in my group, I am going to rip his face off, I'm going to do everything I can to hurt him, I'm going to destroy him. You say, why? Well, because he followeth not me, and everybody knows you ought to follow me, right? Guys, let him alone. We don't have to join them. We don't have to ask them to join us. We just don't have to kill them. I knew of a pastor in a town. He's an independent Baptist, of course. There was another church in town, independent Baptist. And the first pastor, because he was afraid that somebody in his church might visit the other church, would take his church members by, drive by and go, they speak in tongues there. They teach that you got to speak in tongues to be saved. You say that wasn't true. No, it wasn't true. But as long as it kept his people doing in line, he thought it was all right. Guys, that is wicked. Now, there are just some people, look, if there's some preacher you don't like, you know what you do? Let them alone. I was talking to he was talking to me, this fellow one time, and he said, I mentioned your name in a group of preachers. Well, I couldn't care less. And he said, well, there's some people don't like you. Well, now that just really broke my heart. I almost couldn't sleep through lunch. And I didn't bite. And he says, do you want to know who it is? I said, no. He said, why not? He said, you know some of them. I said, that's why I don't want to know. I said, I might treat him different next time I see him. There's some people that don't like your pastor. Now, I've never met one. I've never met one. I just know it's got to be true. Brother Jones knows there's people that don't like him. I know there are people that don't like me. But there's nothing in that book says you got to like Sam-Gipp to get to heaven. Aren't you glad? Man, if you're sitting here right now going, well, I'm on that list that doesn't like you. Hey, I don't care. As long as you're saved, you're going to heaven. I don't care. But don't mess with my ministry. And I won't mess with yours. So we're supposed to have a little bit of grace. That's hard, but it's supposed to have a little bit of grace. I go to Luke chapter 6. Now, you have been to a wedding, have you not? Now, this is going to be the last time we will engage in this painful experience called thinking. You go to this wedding, and you got this man and this woman, and that's what you have. You got this man and this woman, and you hope you got God in there, and these witnesses. And in that wedding, isn't there a place where they exchange vows? Isn't part of the vow, no matter, sometimes they're a little bit different, but somewhere, don't they vow to love each other till death do they part? All right, let me ask you a question. You got a couple right here. If there's anything they know they're going to be in love with each other all of their lives. You ask that young couple, do you think you guys will be rich? You think you'll always stay in good health? They don't know. Do you think you'll always love her? I will always love you. Do you think you'll always love her? Oh, I will always love her. The one thing that they don't know anything about their future, but the one thing these two know is they know they will love each other all of their lives, correct? Can I ask you a question? If they cannot possibly stop loving each other, why'd they have to vow that they won't? If they cannot quit loving each other, if there won't be a day someday when they don't love each other, why did they have to stand before God and these witnesses and swear and vow that they will love each other? Because you can stop loving them. All right? I only said that to give you an example of what we're about to read. Luke chapter 6 has a bunch of these. And we're going to read down through them, and look what it says in verse 36. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Can I ask you a question? If you were merciful by nature, why would you have to be told to be merciful? See, we like to think that we are. Don't we like to think we just naturally have the attributes of God? I'm so gracious. I'm so kind. I'm so merciful. I'm so loving. I don't even have time to tell you all the good things about me. And we think that we are a merciful people. People, there is no one in this room that is interested in being merciful. You know what you're interested in? You're interested in being right. I don't know where Canada was during this black page in U.S. history. But there was a brief period of time when the nutcases really got a hold of our country, and they lowered our national speed limit to 55 miles an hour. That is like 12,000 kilometers. And everybody had to go 55 miles an hour unless you were one of those people that drove by grace, not by law. Hallelujah. And here's the thing. When the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit when it became a national law in our country, you know what you'd get? You'd get people that would drive out to the left lane. I heard a preacher say this one time. Well, I'll just get out in the left lane. I'll put my speed control on 55. And I figure if they're going to go past me, they're going to have to go around me. That's the law. You know what that is? Now, wait a minute. Is he right? Yeah. He's cruel. He is mean. He is a vindictive man. I had some idiot say this. You guys that drive faster than 55, if you go fast, now this is some real doctrine here. He said, if you go faster than the speed limit, your guardian angel doesn't break the law. It's keeping the speed limit, so your guardian angel is way behind you. My guardian angel is somewhere in 1978. He is way behind me. But here's the thing. You are not interested in being merciful. You are interested in being right. All right, let me ask you a question. Gee, I don't know if I can ask a Canadian this question. You guys not have guns? Okay. You come into your living room and there is a guy in your house and you've got the drop on him. Maybe he's just about to stab your wife. Anyway, and now you can kill this guy and you would be right, correct? And if you choose not to, maybe he puts down a knife, you can still drop him until the cops got him. But when you say, I'm not going to do it, you know what mercy is? Mercy is not getting the bad you deserve. So when we are merciful, we are not giving someone the bad that they got coming. And let's face it, guys, there's nobody more vindictive and nobody more self-righteous than any one of us when we got the goods on somebody. When we can drop them like a bad habit and badmouth them, and we know what we're saying is true. Oh, you haven't heard? Oh, you go to that church? Oh, you still talk to him? Well, you obviously don't know. You know what he just said? He said, why don't you be merciful like I was merciful to you? Now, come on, guys. Would you like the Lord to tell everybody in this room everything he knows about any one of you? Come on, would you? Well, no. So that everybody could better pray about it. The Lord wouldn't tell somebody that to cause you trouble. No. I mean, he's at least got as much grace as you. And when you talk about people, you're not doing it because you want to hurt them. No, you want people to be able to better pray about it. I'm only telling you this so you can pray about it. You're a liar. And you're a murderer. And you know what you don't have? You don't have any mercy. And you know what God expects of somebody that loves him? He expects us to be merciful. That is when I can put the gun to him and say, drop him right there, and I will be justified in everything I do, and I choose not to do it. That's mercy. And we have all benefited from his mercy, have we not? And we have so benefited from his mercy, and we have so little with each other. Maybe it's because you don't love the Lord. Look what it says in the next verse. Judge not, and you shall not be judged. You know, there are a couple of verses in the Bible. I won't say I would take them out if I could. But there are a couple of verses in the Bible that every low-life scumbag in the world knows. Really. Every drunk in town knows, we use a little wine for our stomach's sake. And there are some guys got some really bad stomachs. Now, come on, have you ever talked to an alcoholic that said, or some drinker, well, the Bible even says you use a little wine for that stomach. You ever have everybody do that to you? Don't you just want to hit them with a brick? And this one, judge not. Oh, you're judging. You say homosexuality is wrong, because it is. Don't worry, I'll be out of the country before they find out I said it. Anyway, and somebody go, oh, you're judging. You better believe it, bucko. I was talking to this guy one time, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but whatever it was something bad, and I said so. I just said, well, that's wicked. I can't remember what it was, and it was. If you'd have known, you'd agreed with me, honest. And as soon as I said it, what he said? He said, judge not, judge not. The Bible says you're not supposed to judge, and you're judging. And I said, am I wrong for judging? He said, yes. Oh, wait a minute. What did he just do?